Time for another video in our A and Q series where we answer these big questions. And if you've been with us, you'll know that sometimes those answers lead to more questions. I think that could be true today. This is a fascinating one. A lot of you have been asking it. What does the Bible say about cremation? Now, to be honest with you, it might be the quickest answer we've ever given. Nothing. There isn't a single verse in the Bible that addresses cremation directly. However, the Bible talks about life and death a lot. It gives us some handles, I think, to then address this question in a wise way. First off, the Bible cares about life. The Bible holds life in great value. Man and woman bear God's image. We all have dignity and worth and value. And because of this, God values human life. There are consequences for taking human life in an unjust way. Second, the Bible talks a lot about death. God hates death. It grieves him. God promises to bring comfort as we grieve the loss of loved ones. God hates death so much that he entered our story as Jesus, the Son, and went to the cross to defeat it. He makes a way for us to have a relationship with him, a relationship that starts now, but it stretches into eternity so that death simply does not have the last word. The Bible is clear. For those of us who placed our trust in Jesus, upon death, we will experience his presence in a tangible way. Now, it's an indescribable way. There's some mystery here. But what it means is that when we close our eyes in this world for the last time, we will, in a sense, open them up in eternity and see Jesus face to face. Now, that's the good news. But it really gets even better because the Bible doesn't leave us as disembodied souls in heaven. When Jesus returns, he will restore creation and there will be a resurrection. We will receive, it's hard to believe, it's even harder to describe, but this is the hope we cling to. We will receive renewed, glorified, built for eternity bodies. They will be incorruptible. They will last forever. So when the Bible talks about Jesus defeating death, this is a part of what it means. But we still feel death's sting, don't we? I mean, in light of everything we've said, how do we handle death in a way that honors both the deceased and their families who remain? I would say follow the Bible's direction and ask God for wisdom. I would also suggest that we pay attention to the wishes of family members. These are things to talk about ahead of time, if at all possible. Remember, grief is a complicated process, and some people will want to view the body as a way of saying a final goodbye. It is a way of grieving the loss of that loved one. I think it's important to continue to tell the whole story of God's hope and this promise of a resurrection. But if you're trying to figure out if you or a loved one wants to be cremated, buried, something else that we haven't even talked about, be sure to talk with your family about all of this. And remember that no matter what you decide, the same God who created in the beginning will create again. All people will receive renewed bodies. We who follow Jesus, this is the end of the story, but really the end is a beginning of sorts. See, think about it this way. Whether someone has received a sort of traditional burial, whether someone is cremated, all of our loved ones and those who follow Jesus throughout history, who for any number of reasons didn't receive any moment of honoring their death in such a way. The power of the resurrection says that Jesus will resurrect and restore and renew all of his followers. He's that powerful, he's that good, and that's how this story ends. We will live with him in the renewed creation. He will wipe away every tear from our eyes. Mourning and pain will be a forgotten memory, and death itself will be cast away forever. Now, I'm sure that this answer stirred up more questions, so share those in the comment section with us so we can keep the conversation going. But until next time, subscribe to our channel, keep asking great questions, and I'll see you soon.